Good evening, everybody. Welcome, Crow family. Thank you all for joining us. Here we are again, episode 76, coming up very shortly, man. We got the front man, the legend that is Spike. Cannot wait to get into it with him because, bud, what a legend! What a legend.
Man. I mean, we've been fortunate. We've shared a few stages with Spike and done a few festivals as well. Just such a fantastic upbeat band like the Quireboys.
Yeah.
So someone that we've been wanting to get on for a while. And it's perfect. It's all kind of married up great. And it's just so cool, man, when you've been kind of looking at his career and everything they've done. Just excited for it. Just really excited for it.
Well, yeah, we know what a character he is. So hopefully he's on good form and we can have a good chat about where he's been, what he's done. It's incredible, man, the history. But how are you, bud? How have you been?
Really well. Such a busy week for us at the moment. Just for anybody watching tonight, it's going to be a short show. Some of the boys couldn't make it on. We are going on tour tomorrow. That is... I know. It is great to be saying that. We are joining the Wild Arts. They've just finished their first leg. They're having a day off today. Then we join them in Manchester tomorrow. But it's just been an hectic week, hectic day. Both of us are still kind of trying to get your stuff sorted in the background, get the old pack in.
I haven't even started packing yet, so I've got a bit to do tonight after CrowCast. It is funny when I said, "How are you, Ron?" I know exactly who you are because I saw you a couple of hours ago in the rehearsal room. But this is TV, baby.
This is TV, man. But yeah, it's all good fun, man. I wouldn't swap it for the world. I mean, when I think about it, like you just said, welcome to episode 76, and it's like what I've said on many other episodes. You used to plan your week around just CrowCast.
Yeah.
When now we are feeling the juggle, it is funny, man. It is funny because a few people went, "Oh, how long are you going to be able to keep that up?" And we're spinning plates, as I've been told, which is a great phrase. None are dropping at the moment, but it's getting close to it. I can really feel them wobbling now, like.
Yeah, man, I know what you mean. But it's look at these comments by you. We'll be there in Manchester. That's on
See you in Wolves. Can't
Wolves.
wait for Leeds. See you in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you on Friday. Right, let's work that one out. Friday. So tomorrow is Wednesday. That is correct. And we are in Manchester. Then we're in London.
I don't know.
Do you know what would be easier, actually, is if we have a look at the bloody graphic. That'd be easier. There you go. Manchester tomorrow, then London, Electric Ballroom. Then we go to Norwich, Brighton, Bournemouth. There you go. And then we got a couple of days off. Then we rejoin with the guys in Wolves, then Newcastle, then Leeds. A couple of days off, and then Sheffield and Southampton. Yet again, a band that we've grown up with, man. We haven't, I know we've said it quite a few times. It's a band we've grown up with. It's exciting to be sharing a stage with them, like,
But mate, I can't wait. We keep seeing them on the same sort of stage and on festivals and stuff. And we've had CJ on. We've spoken to CJ a couple of times. Never had to sit down and chat with Ginge. I don't know if we'll have that opportunity to, and the rest of the boys, but hopefully we will. And it's not just about doing the shows; it's having the crack on tour. So looking forward to that if we can.
Yeah, and Rob, go on.
No, sorry, I just saw a comment. Rob Robertson. Surely Shane only has to pack a mic. Come on, Rob. I got my mascara. I got my foundation. I got it all to pack.
Look, the chat room is so busy tonight as well. I mean, when Spike is on, guys, if there's anything you want to ask, post it in the comments. We'll do our best to keep the questions coming for him as well. It's your show as well. A few people are absolutely gutted about Bristol. I know. But there's loads of reasons why we can't do it. Sadly, the rescheduled date, there's just a lot going on in the camp. I mean, this week, we kind of thought we had a few things, plus CrowCast, plus the Wild Arts. And then we were invited, myself and you, to the Heavy Music Awards, which is incredible. So for those who remember Dave Bradley, who came on episode, oh good God, I've already forgotten it. I've already forgotten the episode.
Oh, I couldn't tell what week it was. It was about 3-4 weeks ago.
I was so good at this. I was so good at this game. I used to be like, "Pow, episode 52, episode." But yes, Dave came on, my new wrestling buddy, and invited us to the Heavy Music Awards. And
look at that, 2 rabbits in the headlights, not a smile between us. The flash was so bright. In fact, that looks more like a mugshot.
It does a bit, doesn't it? And the golden nugget was we were privileged to present Best Podcast, which was incredible. So we were there. We were invited to the Heavy Music Awards at the O2 Forum, and we got to give Best Podcast, and we got to meet Smiley Dave, which, if you look on the right-hand side,
can you guess which one is Smiley Dave in our picture?
I don't know which one. I don't know which one. Oh, what a character he was, oh, absolute blinder. So the true story is we met Smiley Dave backstage, where they run you through everything that's about to happen, and then you obviously go on the stage, present the award, and you have a script and that. And he literally said, "Hi, my name's Smiley Dave." And literally, he was smiling all the time. I mean, I couldn't keep my eyes off him. I don't know about you, man. I couldn't keep my eyes off him. I was like, he's going to drop that smile any second now.
I saw him later on that night, and he was having a kebab. He dropped his kebab, and he was still smiling. That's how Smiley Dave is.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. I genuinely think it was one of those tales when we grew up and someone said, if you pull a face like that and the wind changes, you'll stay like that for the rest of your life. And that's what happened. He literally can't stop smiling. But lovely such a positive guy. Incredible. I mean, we met him and it was just like instant buddies. And then, what an evening. Got to see some great acts, including like Hot Milk, who was supporting the Foo Fighters, Sleep Token as well. That was interesting. I remember when they entered the stage, it was very theatrical. And Shane looked over. We had our partners there, and Shane looked over. He was like, "Look at Ronnie, he's shitting himself, isn't he?"
You wouldn't want to meet them in a dark alley, let me tell you.
Ooh, but yeah, incredible evening. It was amazing to bump into people we know some familiar faces. Chris McCormack, Benji Webb. So there was loads of people. Look at our name dropping now. Yeah, that's where it's gone now. Name dropping. CrowCast episode 4. We were like, oh well, how long is this going to go on for? 76. We're like, we were bumping into Skindred. We were bumping in. It was a great evening, and massive thanks to Dave for inviting us. And yet again, like I said, an honor to present the Best Podcast Award.
Yeah, man, it was a different vibe. The audience were incredible, weren't they? You know, the crowd watching the band and stuff. They were so up for it. It was a brilliant night. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Had a few drinks.
Yeah, good few drinks on our one. We had such a good few drinks. We ended up heading to a different part of London to look for more drinks. So yeah, it was a great evening. Absolutely great. And for anybody who wants to know all about like the Heavy Awards, episode 72, which is available now on our YouTube channel. So yeah, if you want to know about like how Dave started it and the journey throughout phenomenal working for like Andy Coppin, and then his connections with the WWE to start something for himself. And we got to witness that, and it was just, it was amazing, wasn't it? It was just like outstanding, and seeing how everybody was enjoying the evening as well. It was rammed there. It was just fucking chaos basically, but good chaos, like, you know.
Yeah, man, brilliant vibes. It was strange, like, you know, when they introduced us, those damn crows, they were like proper screaming and stuff, like, hey, look at us with the kids, do what?
Hey, not doing bad, isn't it? Not doing bad, like. No, because it was really cool, because, you know, there was like categories for you. Bring Me the Horizons, Architects, While She Sleeps. So, you know, it was great. Enter Shikari were there when he was picking up an award. So bands, you know, we've known for years, and it's just cool, just really cool to see that O2 Forum as well. Like I said, rammed, everybody having a good time, and a great evening of accolades being presented. So
it was hot and sweaty. Had to take our leather jacket off, son. Absolutely dripping.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like, you know, That's the thing. It was, and the thing is, the warmer you were, the more you wanted to drink. So,
This is it, doesn't it? It goes hand in hand. No wonder we wreck.
oh man! But speaking of the O2 Forum, that is actually where we met our guest this evening.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember it so well. Such a beautiful venue. To be supporting the Quireboys as well was sensational. Everybody turned up so early to see us. It was incredible. Yeah, such great memories of that venue. I love that venue, dude.
Yeah, it was. So shall we have a guest?
Oh, please, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Crow family, please welcome the front man of the Quireboys. It's the legend that is Spike.
Hello.
Hey. Yeah, there he is. How you doing, mate?
God, lads, it's so nice to see you. I didn't turn up.
Man.
I didn't turn up at the forum to see you early.
You were out the back. You were out the back.
I never got a sound check.
Mate, we were talking about this, so we couldn't believe that's like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, just how quick time flies, like, you know.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah,
oh man, absolutely.
I wish we were back in lockdown.
Yeah.
It's the first year I've had off.
I can imagine that, because I've seen lately you've been the same. You've been non-stop since the gates opened. You're straight out there performing, straight out there.
Do you know what? I went out. I got offered to do one gig, I think in London, and then it all kicked off again. And then that one show led into 27, 28. So I was the first person to play on May the 18th.
Wow.
And you know what? It was a completely different show. For a start, the people heard me play the guitar for the first time. You know, nobody knew I could play the guitar, and I cannot. How are you guys been anyway?
Very well, dude. We're so busy at the moment, which is amazing to see.
Great.
We've had our last rehearsal now. We're going up with the Wild Arts on their tour now, starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So
I was in Dover on Sunday, and the Wild Hearts played the night before.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen them.
Unfortunately, I missed them. But
Yeah.
Ginger used to be in the Quireboys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You know,
That was
way
the
back
early
then.
days. That was the early days, wasn't it?
He came when we were in. God, it was like, I mean, people forget that we started in, I think, 84, 85. And then he played at Hammersmith when we played with Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses, yeah.
And at the Marquee. And we went through a lot of,
Yeah.
Can you swear on here?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I don't swear.
Yeah.
And now we had he's a lovely guy. He's a fellow Geordie.
Of course, yeah.
And Danny McCormack. I heard you talking about my other mate, Chris McCormack, earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Came up.
Yeah, well, we just bumped into him. Yeah, we just bumped. Well, that's one of our favorite bands growing up. That was Three Colors Red.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, man.
Had you never heard of the music before?
Yeah.
We'll tell him, man, when we see him tomorrow.
Yeah, he can't play a minor chord, but that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Yeah, we're catching up with him. I think we're seeing him Thursday when we because we're playing the Electric Ballroom with the Wild Arts. So
brilliant! Say hi to Danny and Ginger and CJ and everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But I spoke to Danny the other week.
Yeah.
When he rang me up. Why are you nodding your head? He still lives in Newcastle. I've been up in Northumberland all the time though, so when I'm in Bedford now.
Is that where you're based now, yeah?
I live in the Lenny Henry suite at the Premier Inn.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
We all live there, man. Jesus Christ.
It's a big bed.
Ron
was there last night in Dover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the same colour as The colour walls in our room as well. As
Pardon me?
Lenny Henry's hotels. They're purple as well, aren't
I know. Prince designed them.
they? But it's so
It
great
is a
to have you
mistake.
on. Thank you so much for joining us.
You too. I don't know nothing about this show, by the way. This is the
That's
first
fine, but
time I
not many people.
ever done a Zoom call.
Is it
Okay.
really?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing, man. Because we
You
thought
got
you'd
to
done
realize I'm
loads
from
through
the
fucking.
70s, mate. How I'd have not, you know,
Well, it's
Chris's
not
wife
just
had to
that.
sort this out for me.
Yeah, it's not just that. Through lockdown, everybody, obviously, we started this through lockdown because nobody could gig, and we were like trying to work out a way to keep active and how could we meet people, how could we speak to people. So this is how we started this show, like, you know. And
What's funny is when the Quireboys went to in America, we went to Australia and then came back to America, and then COVID hit. So I done lockdown in Northumberland, and so I thought I'll play some songs, right? But my sister is worse than me, and everybody was like, so I'd do stuff on the internet, and they'd go, "Can you please turn them the right way up?" But hey, it was a mad time, you know. But,
So how long have you been in this mad game of ours, bud? When did you start?
I moved to London when I was 16 from Newcastle. Right? It's
Yeah.
and them days it was like you have to basically to get a job because you
Yeah.
didn't have any, and my father didn't want me to be playing football with Gaza because he knew I'd end up alcoholic. And he took us out the Monkey Bar, which is a famous pub in Newcastle, and he says, "Come on," and he took me around building sites in London, and I ended up working opposite St James's Army Barracks.
Right.
Sorry, opposite Buckingham Palace, which is St James's Army Barracks. So if anybody wants any crazy paving done, if there's another lockdown, I'm your man. And trust me, it'll be fucking crazy paving. I can't remember how to do it.
I love it.
I got Guy Bailey. I moved in with Guy Bailey. You know where the Oval is? The Oval Cricket Ground?
yeah.
I don't think you play cricket in Wales, do you?
A bit.
Yeah.
It's more fucking
Come on,
rugby
you
when we
never
grew up.
played cricket. Tell the truth. Right,
We
all
did
right.
it, kids.
So anyway, it's the Oval, and I met Guy Bailey in the Market Tavern, which was the pub at the Oval Cricket Ground, and I got him a job working for me, working with me, but he never actually worked. He just went to the toilet 24 hours a day, and I done all his work, and then my father brought a guitar to him because my father loved the cricket, and our place over the Oval. I don't know if you know this, being Welsh, right? But you got a perfect view of the cricket.
Right.
And so my dad, but he brought me guitar down, and I'd lived with Guy Bailey, I think, for about a year at that point. And Guy said to me, he says, "I never knew you could play the guitar," and I never knew the guy could play the guitar.
Right.
And that week when England were playing the West Indies, we wrote "I Don't Love You Anymore," 7 o'clock. And my father went, "Do you know what? You should start a band together."
Wow.
And that's how it all started. Isn't that weird?
That's
Wow.
mental.
We'd never taught music before that. And then that's how we ended up, supporting all the punk bands, it was like, I had the name the Quireboys, spelled CHOIR.
Yeah.
And that's what we were going to be called. And then we were working on the building site. And when we decided to do the band, Guy, we used to dress the same as what we do now, actually. In fact, I'm wearing the same clothes as what I wore on the building site 38 years ago. And so we'd have like eyeliner smudged from the night before. And I remember this old Irish guy going, "You're being called the Quireboys." And He says, "Well, that fucker in, you should be called the fucking Quireboys." So he became the, and we thought, "Oh, what a great idea!" So there's legendary pictures of us outside the cricketers. And it says Quireboys a go go. Sorry, Quireboys a go go, with a big spelling mistake. But yeah, that's how we started. And then once, I mean, we were making a lot of money. It was great money.
Yeah.
We didn't have to pack, but we'd been playing. Obviously, with we played with Ten Pole Tudor. We played with, I mean, so many bands that you would never think that we. That's what I say to young bands now when I meet them. Get yourself a good agent or get an agent. And I mean, we had I'm sure that you guys done the same. I mean, we had a yellow Bedford van, and we'd sleep on the bloody amps, and you know, made
So
no
did we.
money.
We had a yellow van as well. That's incredible. You said that.
That's incredible coincidence. When we started off 16 years of age,
Yeah.
we used to get our mate's old man to drive us to the gigs while he could, until one of the band passed their test, and then we had the yellow van then. So yeah, that's so
Yellow
fucking
van.
mad how you said that. Yeah.
And it was like you'd be in the back of it, sleeping on the amps, and then all the petrol fumes would come in,
Yeah.
and you start hallucinating. we used to make. You remember them palm machines? Well, at service stations.
Yeah.
We used to nick one of them per night and smash them up on the side of the motorway so we get all the 10 pences out. And then when we first started, we'd be like, because I grew up, my father always owned hotels and pubs and everything, so I grew up playing pool. So I'd always play the owner. If there's a pool table there, I'd let him win the first 3 games, and then the band would be sneaking around the back, nicking the bottles of Jack Daniels, nicking everything. And then I'd play him for quadruple the money, win, and then would head off. But many a time I lost. Just to drop. This is when we were kids, but we had such a blast. Them were the days that made our band, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how it was like an apprenticeship of how,
Yeah.
and we're still playing the same songs today.
It's incredible. But it's incredible, dude. The history of the band and how far you've come and stuff. But I want to go back, dude, if I can, before you even met Guy. So when did you know you had a voice? That unique voice that you got? Like, when did you know that you could sing that way?
No, well, my dad, as I said, my father owned hotel. But we lived in. He grew up in the I grew up in the hotel trade. And my dad he had the Wheel Inn, which is now the Buzz Incline. He had the Rex Hotel, and we had this place called the Roman Lodge in Corbridge. And I grew up in Gateshead, but he got me. I came in the 70s. He used to have guitar lessons at school, and I came back one day and I could play like 3 chords. And my father was like, he just thought it was incredible that I could play the guitar. And then he got me private guitar lessons, and I was classically trained from the age of 11. So that's how it all. But I never. I'd play in the restaurant at the hotel.
Okay.
Instead of having peeling the spuds and washing the potatoes, I thought it's a lot easier for me to play the guitar in the corner of the restaurant, even though everybody would go, "Who's that little girl playing the guitar?" But actually, when we started the first rehearsal that we had, and we wrote, I don't know if we'd written "Stop Right There." We'd written about 5 songs in about a week, and then we went up to Brixton because we went to the community centre, and it was £1.75 an hour for rehearsals, and I was the guitarist, and we were looking for. We were going to look for a singer, and then I broke all the strings on my guitar, and Guy said, "Well, you've sang these songs. Why don't you give it a?" But I'd never sang through a real mic, and I'd be doing a song called "Hates to Please," and then all of a sudden it was like, "Baby, baby, baby, Came out.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, it was really weird. So I became a singer.
That's
But
fucking
did
brilliant.
you know?
With
But did you know the?
Tom.
Is that something you wanted to do though, Spike, or was it something you just wanted to
No,
be the
no,
guitarist?
no. I never ever thought that. I want, at the time I was before I broke my leg and my arm. I was playing, I was in Newcastle reserves, so my dream was to be a footballer. So, but obviously when I had all these broken arm, everything, I didn't come back as good as what I was, and then
Right.
so that's when I had to move to London to get a job, basically. And so people always say it's like me and Gaza have lived a parallel life, except I can carry on now.
Wow, that's
But,
mad, dude. Like,
yeah, it was weird, man. It was like, and then the most wonderful thing is later on in my life, I ended up playing St James's Park with the Rolling Stones, and
yes.
so the first thing I done was like I went straight on the number 9 peg, and then I done the song for Sir Bobby for Cancer Research, and
Yeah.
I'm actually playing next week for Teenage Cancer Trust in Newcastle at the Wylam Brewery, which is on the town moor with. I'm playing acoustic, and Andy Taylor from Duran Duran's playing, Luke Morley's playing,
Oh
and we're
wow.
doing a show for them. So all the Geordies are getting back together for one night.
Is Gaza
Should be
going?
fun. Huh?
Is Gaza
He's in
going?
Italy, pissed, isn't he?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it's funny how things turn out.
It's
Yeah.
incredible,
Isn't
man.
it?
So when you were all down in London, obviously that was your hub then to go up and down the country, build the band, get an agent, and that's how you
We,
started getting those awesome slots. Then was it, man? Or
no, we had an agent, Adrian Purser,
yeah.
who got us on. Like we played with. I mean, we would just play with anybody. In them days, you played all the universities.
Yeah.
Until we got banned from being called the Quireboys and got protested about so much. But we would play, and one thing was we were, and when we lived in London, you had the Marquee Club,
Right.
and luckily for us, Bush Telfer, when we'd done one demo, and we'd take it around every your cassette, we'd take it around every club, from Dublin Castle and Camden, everywhere. Nobody would give her a gig.
Mm.
And then one night we got a call. Hey, are you guys? Can you play tonight? Straight there, And then we became a steady act at the Marquee Club. And then when it was at the Marquee Club, it was really weird because where I grew up in Newcastle, you had the Mayfair, right? You had the Mayfair, and that would go on to like 3 or 4 in the morning. And in London, believe it or not, at the time there wasn't a rock club. There was no rock clubs.
Wow.
You had the Marquee, but that finished at 11.
Yeah.
To get in the San Moritz, you had to be a member, and
Yeah.
that would go on till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then there was a place called Gossips on Dean Street, and I knew Clive from Doctor and the Medics, and he would do the Monday night, and then me and Butts, who was in a group called the Babysitters that we played with a lot at the Marquee. We went, why don't we start a rock and roll club? And that's how Butts and Spikes and that lasted for like 7, 8 years, and it was the only rock club, believe it or not, in London until other people cottoned on to the idea. But that club paid for all the Quireboys rehearsals, it paid for the equipment, it paid for everything, and that was the whole idea behind it. So it was just when you're a kid. I mean, I was only 17, 18 at that time, and you have to think of ways to make money to get your band going, you
Yeah.
know, and that's what we
Yeah.
do. It would have come up with some brilliant ideas. We'd have Christmas in August.
Sounds like fucking heaven to me. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and then there was a little stage, and it's funny enough, Wolfsbane and a lot of bands, it was their first gig. We used to put bands on as well, and if we were doing really bad, we'd put rumors around that really famous people were coming down. But it was packed every night. It was great fun.
That's
It's
incredible.
probably some of the best memories I have of when I lived in London. You know, it was a wonderful time.
Yeah,
And
that's
you know,
ballsy.
from then Kiss came down, Guns N' Roses. You know, when it became, I mean, I'm talking when we first started it, but then when it was massive, man, it was like it became. But me, I would charge everybody to go in. It was only £2.50. And when Kiss came down, they were like, "We should be on the guest list." I went, "Can you not afford £2.50?" Sorry, there's no guest list in this place. Because the equivalent was a cat house in LA. And me and Tammy are really old pals. And that's why MTV done a thing where they flew people from my club to the cat house. And we done this whole competition thing. You know, I'm sure the Americans were over the moon to have to come to bloody to London to the shithole that was Buster Spike's club next door to a brothel. You know, our club was right next door to a brothel with a red light. I mean, this is when Soho was Soho. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and but you know, I used to say that to Tammy, I was like, "How the hell do you make any money from yours? Because everybody gets in free. You must get a take of the bar." I said, "No, they just done it for the love and to have people come down." You know,
Yeah.
but Tammy says hi. I spoke to him last night.
And like you said, that just made enough to fund the Quireboys then.
Well, it
Just
did. I mean, it was like that paid for rehearsals, and we used to rehearse then, believe it or not. Yeah, we did, and it was good fun. You know, I wish that a lot of young bands that we play with now, they have no idea what we went through or, or that. But that is your apprenticeship, and you've got to do that, and then you find out whether you're a man or that's it. You're going to pack in
Mm,
and live with your girlfriend for the rest of your life and get a proper job. You
yeah.
know what you're going to do. If you're going to be in a rock band, that's your life, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how we dealt with it basically. But it was a good way of making money for the band. Huge press came out of that, and huge because all the journalists from Kerrang would come down, and that was the in place to be. So it was a really good idea at the time. So that's what we done around, and it lasted way after I mean, after I think it lasted 8 9 years. You know, it was
wow.
great. Some stunning birds down there as well. You should see them now.
Oh man, that's so funny. So when was it for you and Spike? Like when it
Should
all
not have
sort of
said that.
when it all kicked off and you saw a difference, like whoa shit, winning the charts, you know, the album did well, your single reaching number
Well,
14, like
no, but I think that people forget when we were called the Quireboys,
yeah,
and we got banned from everywhere. But then
yeah,
the Quireboys were headlining the marquee every night, and then it came about. It was like this is getting serious. People are actually coming to see her, and we're
yeah,
doing really well, you
yeah,
know. And then we headlined the Dominion Theatre for God's sake, and we didn't have a record deal. I mean, how many bands could do that today?
Jesus
It's
Christ.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
The
wow.
band was just getting bigger, and it was all really great fans of ours that started off with us. You know, basically playing the same songs that we did on the record, but on the first album. And then we just tweaked them a bit. But it was like we had a hardcore following all over the country, not just in London, but once you started, you know, we'd pick up people all the way, you
yeah,
know. And I think when we became popular, then people didn't like we became popular because we were their band. You know what I mean? It was quite weird, really. But yeah, I miss them days. I didn't miss working on the building site though.
Was it or the crazy pavement?
Excuse me. Thank you.
Did it just go like, because obviously, I mean, some bands, I mean, same as us when we were kind of at it when you're younger, you're grafting and that, you were living the party life before you kind of took off with the record deal and traveling the world. Like, do you know what I mean? Because like from everything you just said then with the club, it was all at your feet anyway at that point. You know, you had the hot spot in London.
If we but then we were playing, you know, like the universities would be playing places all over the country. Yeah, we toured with the Cherry Bombs, Johnny Thunders. I mean, you've got no idea the amount of bands that we played with that are now, you know, the Hannah Rocks, well, not the Hannah Rocks, it's Cherry Bombs, sorry. And Johnny Thunders we toured with, Temple Tune. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, Doctor and the Medics we played with a lot, and then when Clive and Vom and all the lads when they got Spirit in the Sky, it was like, oh my God, you can actually do this, you know? And, but God, man, it wasn't just a couple of years. I mean, I remember my father turned up so many times with crates of beer for sandwiches. We had no, you know, absolutely nothing. So it's like, I think that's, luckily, we all had good families behind us, and that they knew that was something good going. You know, you must remind me to repay them all. No, I did. First thing I done. Yeah.
Oh man, that's incredible! Oh. It's really, honestly, I didn't know it started like that. I didn't know about the club.
Well, what happened was we were playing, and I remember we were going to do our last ever rehearsal, and Ginger was in the band then. And we were going to do our last ever rehearsal because we were like going, we've headlined the Dominion. We've done all these massive shows when we couldn't get a record deal. And Nigel Mogg, who was the bass player in the Quireboys, his uncle was Phil Mogg.
Yes.
Right? And then from UFO.
Yeah.
And Phil Mogg was our savior. You know, and he came down I'll never forget, he came down to our rehearsal and we went, this is going to be our last. We're just at the point of giving up. Do you know what I mean? We're like, nobody's going to give us a deal. We're not going to get anything. And Phil Mogg turned up there. And then he walked into the rehearsal studio with 2 carrier bags full of booze. And I says, that's the last rehearsal. He says, well, I'll tell you what. He says, I've got your show split up after you've played with Guns N' Roses' Hammersmith Odeon. And he was our first manager, proper manager, Phil Mogg.
And that was the first show we got you.
He got us the gig at Hammersmith Odeon with Guns N' Roses. I mean, we'd played with Guns N' Roses played the night before the Quireboys at the Marquee.
Yeah.
So we all got to know each other, and we were really good friends and everything. But Phil got us the show. There was Guns N' Roses, Pasta Pussycat, and then we opened up. And what he done was, which was absolutely incredible. Guy had lost his guitar, so he didn't have a guitar. We didn't have any amps because all the amps and that. And he got all of UFO's. He put all of UFO's crew down, right? Give us all of UFO's equipment. And I remember they all came in. They're all like, you know, he had about like 5 roadies. We'd never had roadies before. Yeah. I remember Duff McKagan turned around to me and goes, my God, you guys are so professional. We're like, unbelievable. You know, it's like, but that changed our lives after that show.
Wow. Really, wow.
You know.
So that was the show that turned it around. Yeah.
That's why I sing Misty Green and Blue every night for him. Phil Mogg got up and played with the Quireboys. We always had to play Doctor. You know. And when you think about it, when I grew up going to the Mayfair in Newcastle,
Yeah.
or the Newcastle City Hall. When I was a kid, you'd go to see anybody, and I'd seen UFO with Girl, Phil Lewis. It's funny how things all come around, and
Yeah.
I mean, fellas, still great friends to this day. We speak every day, but it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have really, that turning point, as
Yeah.
you say, that was the major thing when we played Hammersmith, and then every American manager, and we had we'd got a deal off a company called Survival Records, and they paid for a demo for us, and then it was There She Goes Again, and when that became successful, they were an affiliate of EMI.
Mm.
And we got a letter through the post saying EMI have picked up your deal for £1. And then Sharon Osbourne came on the scene. So it
Wow.
certainly wasn't a pound by the
Wow.
time she'd finished with it. So it was all. Honestly, man, I could get on for hours. You've got no idea how much we'd been through.
What was she
And
like to work with, Spike? Was because that would have been early on in her career, that would it, or
early on in her career,
was that early or no? Or
she grew up in the business. Her dad was
yeah,
done
because
all
of her dad. Yeah, her
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah. Better not mention her. She might come round and she might come round your house. Enough said.
There we go.
Okay.
No, but what was she like, dude, to work with? Was she as ruthless
Brilliant.
as the rumors are?
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, you know, we had every manager when the band became big,
Yeah.
like when the buzz was happening. We had every manager in the world after us.
Yeah.
All American though. And then all of a sudden, when you've got an English manager who only managed Aussie,
Yeah.
and you were taken aback because we were only 20, 21. Say, oh my God, every other manager had about 15 to 20 acts.
Yep.
Metallica's people and all them other, they all managed American acts, and we thought, well, it'd be great just to have an because we didn't want to. We never looked at ourselves as going to America and doing that, but and we thought we'd get lost in that whole. And there was so much going on because we were involved with Survival Records. They were brilliant people at Survival Records, I must admit, but we had to make a decision, and Sharon was our choice. I think anybody would have went with Sharon at that point.
Yeah.
You guys know if you're in a band, you get lost within 10, 15 bands. And she only had, sorry, she had Lita Ford as well. Found out later, but she, Sharon kept she just didn't do the we could have toured America non-stop, but it was like she obviously, with her experience, it was like Europe, Scandinavia, get on them tours, and you know what, if we hadn't have done Nolam, that's our bread and butter today.
Mm.
You know what I mean? We still go to America, we still do the rock cruises, and we just finished a tour before lockdown, but hey, she knows what she's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm going to say anything nasty about her, stop laughing. Wait for the book to come out.
Yeah. I'd buy that, let me tell you.
Oh, 100%.
So how long was she a manager for?
She would have been our manager for from 89 till 89, 90, 91, 92. And then Steve Barnett and Stuart Young, who managed AC/DC, took over.
Yeah.
English guys again.
Yeah.
And they were great.
Brilliant.
How could I turn down somebody who Sorry.
It's all right.
I don't wear it in ears. It just fell off my feet. Fell off my head.
That must be a singer thing because I'm not great with the in-ear monitors either.
who
Do you know what she's talking about monitors, right?
Yeah.
When we played with Bernie Tormey
Mm.
and Phil Lewis, I'm at Chris Harmon's house tonight, and he was in Tormey. So it was Phil Lewis, Bernie Tormey, Phil Lewis was in there, and Chris Harmon, and we were playing this. We played a lot of shows with Bernie.
Yeah.
I'll never forget being in. We were playing this terrible place one night, right? And Phil Lewis goes, "Right, Spike, come with me. I'm going to show you." Right, so he takes me into the owner's office, and he's sitting there smoking a big old cigar, right? And Phil Lewis goes, "The PA is shit. You have to get a new one. It's absolutely shit. There's nothing coming out. We can't hear a word." And the guy looked at me and went, "If it was good enough for the Beatles, it's good enough for you." So that's how we used to play. Do you know what? To this day, I can't even tell if I've got a monitor. As long as I've got my key, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said
I've never sound checked in the Quireboys. I think since '92.
well, we've done. I don't know how many shows with you now, Spike. We've done a few.
You never see me, do you?
No, we see you. We see you later on. You've come like we did one in Puthcall, and I know you popped in a dressing room. You're like, "All right, lads," and that was it. We didn't see you then, but yeah, we don't see you in the sound check, so that makes sense now. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Well, I need me rest.
yeah. Has there ever been like? Is there ever a gig where you go on stage and go?
I know that I always make a point of coming in to see all the young bands that we play with, because we were treated so fucking badly when we were starting. And I mean, we played with Mud, Sweet. We played with everybody, and everybody used to treat us like shit. So I always make a point of actually being, "Hey lads, use whatever you want to do."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You know, I hope that you thought I was nice when you met me.
No, we really did, dude.
Yeah, you've always been welcoming, and the other lads in the band as well. They were.
I always offer everybody a drink. You know, if you want anything to drink, come in our dressing room. Yeah, you weren't there. I think you were in the toilet with some bloke.
Well, that's going to start a few rumors.
No, man. Do you ever like get on the stage and go, "Fuck, I wish I would have come to sound check"? Has it ever been like, or do you just adjust and you just think, "Nah, I'm in the mood"?
No, the thing is, what I know is if I can't hear myself, right? I always ask the audience, "Can you hear me?" And if they can hear me, then I know how to pitch me songs, and I don't overdo it, because I know that I can't hear myself, but they can. So that's the way I've always done it. It's like I played for years with, Guy Bailey and a few other guitars that are just so loud that your ears are nearly bursting.
Yeah.
So it's if they can't hear me, then nobody gives a shit if they can hear the singer, do they? It all depends what I say in between the songs, then I get them all back.
That's brilliant.
But that's the thing, the hardest thing I always found when we were, it was like you had to have an attitude to like, to make the audience like they either loved you or they hated you, or you have a fight with them, or you know what I mean? And it was like, that was the way that I think singing was the least of me worries. It was like controlling everything that was going on. I mean, all the shit that was going around us, and you have to. It's not being a stand-up comedian, but it's being like you know, give me a yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. I don't know. You got to go and get everybody involved.
Yeah. Reading
You
the
know,
room. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when we played with Bowie. We played with
What?
Bowie on the Glassfire tour, when we were on tour with Guns N' Roses, and we had a day off, and we played with David Bowie in front of 100 and I think it was more than Donington. It was about 140. I'll never forget. Everybody was sitting down. Everybody was sitting down, and they hated us. And after the third song, I says, "Do you know what?" I says, "It's not my fault. We've won 2 World Wars, one fucking World Cup, and the whole play. I thought we were going to get killed. But you know what? That I wouldn't do it now. But in them days, when you're a kid, you didn't think." And I walked off, and I met Bowie, and he was like, "Can't believe you said that." Sausages. And but we went. Do you know what though? We went down a storm after that.
Sausages.
Shows you, doesn't it? The things you
Oh,
have to do when you're in a rock and roll band to create a storm.
unbelievable. Wow, you play with Bowie. I didn't know that. That's incredible.
Yeah. I was really
Oh.
shocked because it's like somebody came up to me the other day and they said, "I expected you to be so much taller." I was like, "I'm 6 foot," but I expected Bowie to be 6'5". You know what I mean?
How
I'm
tall
not
is he?
really 6 foot, lads.
How tall was Bowie?
He about your height,
Right.
but a lot skinnier.
Oh, Christ. Oh,
And then we went off to play with Guns N' Roses the next day, and I had to do a bloody press conference for them because of all the
So,
things that they went through.
where was your head at then, Spike? In that time, you with Bowie, Guns N' Roses. Do you think you made it? Are you in? That's incredible. Where's your mind at in that time, bud? Are you thinking we've made it? This is going to be the next sort of 5-6
You
years?
never think that. You never think that.
Yeah.
Me and Guy Bailey we'd be in a hotel room every night, and how can we make the band better? How can we do this? Because we'd started off, we had a plan, and we were like, "Going, we're going to." I mean, the only thing that from even the way we dressed, it was like step to one, son. You know what I mean? And at
Yeah.
that time, we couldn't afford clothes from anywhere.
Yeah.
So you'd get like old pinstripe jackets, carnation, and everybody used to come to gigs dressed in a carnation waistcoat. I'm still wearing the same clothes I was
On the
way
building
back
site.
then.
Yeah.
You know, but it was a good idea at the time, and so many people come up to me now and they go, "Have a look at this picture," and they're wearing a carnation pinstripe jacket. I met my wife at your gig. We've got
Wow.
3
Yeah.
kids. And I'm like, "Don't fucking blame me."
Yeah.
She was lovely when I met her. But but that's people from, I mean, years and years ago, man.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the way that we did really look at. We did have an image that we thought would be the gypsy thing, because my family would, my
Yeah.
mom's side of the family were all that way inclined. Don't worry, I won't bring them round and they'll steal all your stuff. They were honest ones. But it was. I mean, we'd think about things like that. We'd think about how we're going to dress, how we're going to look. And then when money comes involved, then you get clothes designers and everything like that. We had so much. I mean, we had the girl who designed Steven Tyler's clothes, and I give all mine to my sister. I was like, "Fucking wearing that." I think I wore some of their jackets once, and you're gonna think, "Oh God."
So
I'm
they
better off.
try to change your image. They try to change
Well,
you
it's not
slightly.
when you become successful, everybody gives you a lot of stuff free, and other
Yeah.
people get involved, and obviously, there's clothes designers, there's different, like, you know what, I didn't need, I didn't need a better headscarf. I didn't need a better pinstripe jacket,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But that's just the way things were. But thank God, it all came. Everything happened when it happens, lads. You didn't realize. When we first on Top of the Pops, and I mean, you would think that's when you go.
On Top
I
of the
remember
Pops,
going to
yeah.
the BBC bar, and calling my mum and dad, and going, oh, I mean, everybody in them days would be like, oh, if you're on Top of the Pops, that's it,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And it was a wonderful evening, And Jimmy Savile wasn't there before you ask. Right? He was in the toilet with Jonathan
Oh.
King.
Oh. But do you know what though? Look at
Oh,
Top of the Pops though, dude. That's something we'll never be able to do, Rod. Top of the Pops. Do you know what I
I
mean?
know, and we grew up with it, and I know it's incredible. It's incredible
Yeah.
because we did come in at that era where we had to put our own posters up. So we weren't of the
Yeah.
generation where you just press a button now and you advertise your gig. We used to have to we go out with a bucket of paste and fucking
put them on the
poster
lamppost.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, if the coppers caught you, they'd be chasing you down the road, or the clubs would be trying to find you, like, because it was an offence, wasn't it? Well, it was in Wales anyway, like, so. But that's how you sold your gigs, you got out in the streets and you sold them, like,
I know.
so.
I mean, we used to go to the when I had my club, we'd make fly. What was we used to photocopy everything,
Yeah.
and you cut for hours cutting up your little flyers
Yeah.
to put out everywhere and to hand out to and go down to a club, or if a band was playing, you'd put them out.
Yeah.
Bands don't do that anymore, do they?
No, because you used to get
You know?
street teams and stuff back in the day where you give them a few tickets and they go and poster for you or leaflet for you as well,
Oh,
like,
we never
so.
had that.
Yeah, that was like late
You had
90s, early
street teams after us.
2000s. Yeah,
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 we
it was
didn't have street
it was
teams.
trying to kind of get it bigger. Like, how could you get it? How could you make it bigger?
Yeah.
Or we go down the motor point and stuff. Or like, I remember us traveling to London, when Shane, and we get down there early, and then you'd be handing out posters for whatever club you were playing in, like,
Yeah,
So just trying to get punters off the street and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah,
All the
man,
time.
it's completely different. The industry's changed so much
Well,
now.
it's
Like,
the first time I went to Hollywood with the Quireboys in '89. We didn't. I think it was '88 actually, and I mean everywhere was covered with bands like London and all these other bands, and I mean
Yeah.
there was, they used to work it really, really hard, just like what we done with the Quireboys and my club as well. I think my club was more widely known than the band. It was ridiculous. We really worked hard on that, and we did do shows down there as well. Not the choir boys of the queer. We'd have different people up. Bruce Willis played harmonica with me one night. For God's
No.
sake.
No way.
Yeah, and I still made him to pay to get in.
£2.50 or
Yes.
£2.25.
Yeah, and there was so many, so many people came down, and we'd have like a little jam band, and people would get up and play, and it was great. But I think that was a major part of the Choir Boys, that club.
Yeah.
It went hand in hand, because you had the Intrepid Fox over the road, you had Raymond's Review Bar with all the
No.
girls in, all the
Oh,
strippers.
right.
So that was the major.
It was the nod,
That was
Shane,
the-
innit? It was the nod when he looked at me and Ravens Bar,
Raymond's Review Bar was the major point of every call, because it was always full of Japanese businessmen. And there's many a time that Guy Bailey had took the wrong step and walked onto stage with a bunch of flowers. For his girlfriend, rather than going, oh. We had
I
good times on that.
clearly, Spike. I think you should open up another club, dude. By the sounds of it.
Yes. It
Well, the
sounds-
last time I
yeah.
was there, they offered me a couple. I'm too old to do it now. Do you know what? I'd have to stay up till 5 in the morning every night again, lads. I'm only good at. I'm only good till 3.
That's what I was thinking then.
I'm just
sorry.
happy I'm still around.
Yeah,
Although
man.
I could have finished when I was 28. That was for Tyler. Tyler, Dogs the War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were really good. And I remember on my 28th birthday, I was living in Hollywood. And I don't know how he got me number, but he got me number on my 28th birthday. And I picked up the phone. This is before mobile phones. He went, "Ha! You're not going to be a legend." And we've been friends ever since. I didn't join the 27 club. I fucking tried hard though. Yeah. So, I'm doing another thing with Tyler as well. So we do the hot knives once every 5 years. Spike and Tyler's hot knives. So we're going to be doing that at some point as well.
I love it.
Talking about His Majesty Tyler. But yeah, we're going to be doing that in a bit.
What else have you been working on as well lately, Spike?
Well, I've done the acoustic thing. I did an album in lockdown.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't an album. It was an album for me, mum. Our favorite songs. You know what I mean? And then it was Tyler that said you should release it on Guy Bailey. And Guy Bailey said, call it Spike's Late Night Songbook. He says, because nobody will ever heard you play like that. So I was like, all right. I says, nah, I'm not going to do it. And he's like, I said, it's just for me, mum. And we're like, no, I'll put it out. So I put it out. And then that led from other things. And everything's been like that. So we've been... I got new merch thing with obviously Villains merch, Tyler's merch company. Oh, you went off?
No.
Oh,
There we
you
go.
showing us? Oh, yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Very clever.
There we
Look
go.
again. There we go.
Yeah.
Spike's
cool.
Late Night Songbook.
Yeah, Guy Bailey came up with that. He's always good at coming up with titles, Guy Bailey.
That's a great. That is. That's a good.
That's
title.
actually not my signature.
No.
That is Tyler doing my signature properly.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. It's like nobody can read your signature. So he stood as I'm trying to copy my own signature now. See, I put a little heart on the top.
Oh man. And then he got So-Called
and there
Friends.
again. Yeah.
There it is.
That's songs with Frankie Miller. So-Called Friends was done after I'd done It's a Treat to Be Alive. My first solo album properly. And there were songs that I had left over of It's a Treat to Be Alive. And I do a few. There was a time when, it was like I was got very good friends with Annette Miller and Frankie Miller. And then I ended up doing the, Frankie Miller, 100% pure Frankie Miller. So it was like, that's an album before that. So there's a great song on it called Cocaine. The first version of it. And then the next version on the 100% pure is Ronnie Wood playing on Cocaine.
Oh wow.
Ronnie Wood plays on like 3 or 4 songs on that album. And Simon Kirke, Andy Fraser. And unfortunately, Andy Fraser passed away before we were going to tour.
Yeah.
Luke Morley and Ian Hunter's on the piano. There's some great people. I do a duet with Bonnie Tyler.
Oh man, I gotta check this out. I knew nothing of
You
this.
know what? You never seen that?
No.
Fortune right? The duet of me and Bonnie Tyler is the biggest song at this time being played at weddings. Bigger than Robbie Williams' Angels. Did you know that?
I'm downloading this right now.
You're gonna have to download it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's incredible, Spike.
yeah, yeah.
Did-
And when I played it to my mom, right? I know I've said this a lot of times before, but when I did the duet with Bonnie, I played it to my mom. The first person I played it to was my mom. She didn't know about Ronnie Wood. She doesn't know, Ian Hunter is, but she knew who Bonnie Tyler was.
Yeah.
And she went, I played her the song, and she went, "This is brilliant, brilliant. One of the best songs you've ever done." She went, "Which bit's you?" And I must admit, when I was mixing it, I was getting confused myself half the time.
Oh, it's incredible.
So you got to hear it, lads. And
Yeah.
everybody's playing it at weddings. It's all over YouTube and everything. There's so many people playing it at the wedding because it's the most simplest and beautifulest song. And these are songs that nobody had ever heard by Frankie Miller. And it was like, it was my, it took me a long, long time to pull this together, but I was determined not for people to, and hopefully I'll get to do another album because there's so many songs left that nobody's ever heard by Frankie.
Yeah.
And he's one of the greatest, he is the greatest singer and one of the greatest songwriters of all time. So I think that I was so honored that they asked me to do that.
Fantastic. Definitely gonna
You've
check
never
that out.
heard that album?
No.
No.
How
I'll
have
be
you got a
definitely
radio
checking that
show
out.
and you don't look? Do you not like look into the people that you're speaking to?
Well, yeah, the Quireboys, yeah.
Yeah, we did, but yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, we would definitely be downloading that, mate. That sounds incredible. Did
Have
the
a look.
did,
There's a
did the
video.
Ronnie Wood relationship, is that from where like you met him with the Rolling Stones and it's continued from there,
We
or?
played with we played with the Stones and Marlon Richard, who's Keith Richards' son, was he done the album of This Is Rock and Roll. He done the album cover and the whole artwork, and he's one of Nigel's best pals, and we all met up and and we all had a really, really good time. And we've since had a really good time. And then no, it was lovely. That you got to remember, Frankie Miller was a really good friend of Ronnie Wood's, really good friend of Stones, and unfortunately, Frankie had a brain hemorrhage, and he's still alive. Obviously, you haven't done your homework because you know nothing about Frankie Miller.
No, because we're interviewing you.
Yeah,
Quireboys.
when I do my solo shows, I play a lot of Frankie Miller.
I
But
can't wait to hear
my
this.
album, off my solo album that I done,
Yeah.
and he's Rod Stewart's favorite singer. He's one of the, I think Danny, I think all my friends that are singers would go, Frankie's the best. Definitely one of the
Wow.
best. Yeah, I think even Paul Rodgers and everybody would say he's probably the best singer that we've ever had in the United Kingdom, which means apart from Tom Jones, obviously being in Wales.
Exactly.
Correct answer.
I wrote a song for Tom Jones
No way.
called How Long. Shall I tell you what happened?
Yes, please.
Shall I tell you what happened the night I was supposed to meet Tom Jones?
Yes.
Tom Jones was my hero when I was a kid,
no.
when I was 4 or 5, and it was when he was making the comeback, and it was the guy. He's the bass player in Blondie was working at a record company in LA, and I wrote the song called How Long, which he recorded. So we were living in Ireland. We were living in Dublin, and we had like 3 houses in Dublin, and I was due to go and meet Tom Jones, my hero, right? before the show because Tom leaves after the gig. And then I get a phone call from Guy Griffin. And he says, Spike. He says, you know them Frey Bentos or Time Brand steak kitty pies? Are you supposed to take the lid off? And I heard in the background, boom! And then I had to go over there. So that is the reason I never met Tom Jones. All through a fucking pie.
Oh, man.
Free Bentos pie.
So, you can't make it up, can you?
No.
Well, the old hometown is the same. You see, the good thing is with you Welsh guys and us Geordies, you see, our grandparents all worked in the pit.
Yeah.
That's where we're all good singers. Thick vocal cords.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Jono taught me. Anyway, that was his view on it.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson. He says, we've all got thick vocal cords to our grandparents working in the pit. It's probably true, isn't it?
Yeah. Thinking about it, yeah.
You know. But
I'll never look at a free Bentos pie the same.
No, not me, no. Not me.
honestly, do you know when I turned up to see him, he had steak and kidney in his hair. And I was like, I'm just about to meet Tom Jones. I don't need this.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So that's very rock and roll, isn't it? Shouldn't have mentioned that, really, should I?
So,
It's just live. Or can you edit it?
So you wrote the song for him. Did he get to hear it?
Of course, he sang it on his friggin' album.
He's singing your song.
We wrote songs for Tina Turner, Alice Cooper. We wrote quite a few.
What do you mean
things.
we? Who's
Me and Guy Bailey.
Ah, right. Sorry. Right, yeah.
A lot of songs. Some of them didn't get recorded. Some of them did. Some. Whippin' Boy was originally written for Tina Turner.
Wow.
You know, the way the things are in the world at the minute, I'm not even sure if we can fucking play Whippin' Boy anymore. Are we?
That's incredible. I didn't know that. No,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Me, Willie Dowling, and Guy Bailey wrote Whippin' Boy. We got asked to do a song for Tina Turner, and that was the song that we wrote. And then Sharon went, "It's such a good song. You should keep it for yourselves." I wish to God I'd given it to Tina Turner now. But now, I don't know. We'd probably be called fucking racists. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I'm from Newcastle, so who cares?
Man, you've educated us
It's only
tonight.
life, innit? I think that Muddy Waters and everybody else, we're only playing the blues and singing what life is about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, exactly that. You got to write what's true to you. Otherwise, it's bullshit.
I always go by the motto of Chuck Berry. You know, well, not really by his motto because he ended up being a really bad way. Yeah, he was a bit of a perv, wasn't he? And what was it? You know, drinking, rock and roll, cars, women, drinking. You can't go wrong, can you?
Well, you can if you're
And
drinking and
heartbreaking
driving.
ballads. That's the best way. So when are you guys playing next?
Tomorrow.
Where are you
Tomorrow.
playing?
Manchester.
The White House.
Yeah.
What songs are you going to play?
Ooh.
7 o'clock.
With the chorus or without?
We'll go with. Actually, we haven't got that long, so without.
By the way, if you're going to do any Quireboys songs, we're probably the only band that doesn't detune.
Is it?
I see what he's did there.
Yeah. Well done. Sharper than me, ain't he? You have to explain that one to me after.
I don't know what you're talking about, Spike. I don't know what you-
Oh yeah. I
Uh,
also I remember playing with Guns N' Roses and we went up and I was like, for fuck's sake, why doesn't anybody play normal tuning anymore?
yeah,
Chuck Berry always did. The Stones do.
yeah.
I said to the guys in the band, I said, the day that I detune, I'm stopping. You
Yeah.
know. I
So
don't think people
what do you think so bad about it then?
because you can't. If something happens, you can't jam.
Ah,
You know what I
right.
mean? If something happens on stage, which usually does, you can't go into another. If somebody comes up and plays with you, it's like what happened with us. You know, Griff got up and played one night with Cinderella or somebody. I can't remember Cinderella. And he was in normal tuning, and everybody's like, "Oh, LA Guns, sorry," and they're all like 3 tones down. And you're like, going, "Shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
Nah,
sense.
You know,
we're not 3 tones down.
No.
Half a step, are we? Something like that. I don't know.
Half a step, E
it
flat.
doesn't make any difference, lads. Just
Whoa.
blasted it, forget it. Do you know what? I'll never forget, right? The best advice I got about singing,
Yeah,
right? We were in Vancouver doing the second album,
yeah,
Bittersweet and Twisted. And I'd written this song, me and Guy Bailey had written this song called Baby Just Walk, Ode to You. And it was going to be an argument. And I'd met Kathy, the girl who sang, War Children, just a shot away on Tumbling Dice, Exile on Main Street. And I says, I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow. I said, I've got a really bad throat. Oh, I'm seeing the doctor. And she said, you know what the best thing is for your throat? I said, I'm thinking that she's going to give me this brilliant cue and show. Do you know what the best thing is for your throat? Have a massive line of cocaine, a large Jack Daniels, and don't fucking worry about it. So I've lived my life on that, lads.
Well, tour starts tomorrow. Strap in. Here we go.
Oh, Christ, that's amazing.
That's the truth, that man. It's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just go
Yeah.
for it.
What is next for you, Spike? What have you got coming up? Anything coming up now? Recording, playing?
I'm gonna do. I'm recording another Spike's songbook for Christmas. I've got a lot of the Quireboys are obviously touring for a while.
Yeah.
If nobody gets COVID, and then I'm doing a thing with Guy Bailey. We're gonna be. Do you know what? There's a million things going on. It's all going to be fun.
I love that.
It'd
Always
be-
busy.
we-
Always
we've been
busy.
so we've been so I've been so busy in lockdown. So it was like it actually got me playing the guitar again, and I'm playing in Blackpool. It's been filmed. I think that's on the 19th
Oh,
with me
cool.
and Chris Harmon. We're going to film the show because the shows have went down so well.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing so many. I only think I think I play about 3 or 4 Quireboys songs. But it's all the bands that I've played with over my career and all the people that have influenced me.
Oh, amazing.
And
Yeah.
I play a bit ragtime and different things, and so come down.
Oh,
Blackpool's
mate.
not far from whereabouts are you in Wales?
Bridgend?
Don't give your address out, mate.
No, Bridgend.
You'd have Bonnie Tyler turning up.
She phoned me the other day. I was like, Spike, is that you? You sound like you.
Do you know what? Bonnie Tyler,
Taylor.
can I tell you something? Bonnie Tyler is one of the most brilliant people I've ever met. And I tell you what, right, lads? Should be able to outdrink the three of us and the Rolling Stones put together.
I love her.
She's
give that a
brilliant, isn't
go.
she?
Oh, mate. We've got there's a local bathroom Tyler, and he's called Bonnie Tyler. On his van. He drives past, I see it every day, Bonnie Tyler.
Oh, brilliant, man.
Are you sure it's not her?
It could be. Drinking a bottle of whiskey while she's tailing, yeah.
Do you know what? She was very, very good friends with Frankie Miller, and that's why that all came about. And you know, the funniest thing is, I don't think Frankie Miller ever drank whiskey. I don't drink whiskey. I don't think Bonnie does. But it's good to mention it in songs. Have you mentioned whiskey in your songs, lads?
Yeah, we have in one song.
Yes, we have. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you drink it?
Yeah, I love it.
What's your favorite whiskey?
All the Jacks.
No, that's bourbon.
Yeah, well, true.
Oh,
Jim
come
Beam is
on.
bourbon. That's true. You are right, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right there, actually, because I like Southern Comfort and all that as well. So it's not really
Janis Joplin's drink.
Janis Joplin's, eh? All right.
That was her drink, Southern Comfort.
Janis Joplin, incredible Janis Joplin.
Mm. Apparently, she used to smell of. She used to smell of Southern Comfort.
Oh, did she? Right, I thought you were going to say someone else then.
I heard that she smelled very badly.
Right.
Well. And that certain people used to lock her in lock guitarists into rooms, and she'd have her wicked ways with them, and she used to smell really bad. But that's I just heard that. Maybe it was Benny Hill that told me. I know all the stores. Pull yourselves together.
Come on.
Oh, God. I haven't laughed so much.
I'm talking about Janis Joplin, the owner of the fish shop in Newcastle. I'm not talking about the singer.
Spike, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, brother. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
my
for doing that.
friends. God bless you. Hey, I'll see you soon now when we play.
Absolutely,
Definitely, mate. Honestly, definitely.
Do you mind if I don't come to fucking sound check?
Yeah.
I'll pop my head around the door and bring you a drink, right?
I tell you, there's two things you've done for me tonight, Spike.
What's that, mate?
I've looked at free Bentos pies differently, and now I've gone right off Southern Comfort. I'm not gonna lie.
I
know. Brilliant. Spike, take care of yourself, and we'll definitely see you at a gig soon, mate. And we'll have that drink. We will have that drink. I'm looking forward to it now, honestly.
God bless you.
See you soon. Take care.
Lovely to see you, lads.
And you as well, man. Take care.
Can you edit that?
We'll sort that.
Yeah, we'll sort that. Yeah.
Take care, Spike.
Hey, only rock and roll. See you soon, lads. God bless you.
Man.
Bye.
Spike.
Bye.
Oh, man, that was brilliant. Jesus. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, for anybody who would like to see what's up with Spike, what's going on, what's next with Spike, check out www.SpikeQuireboys.com. You can see all his latest merches there. And yet again, he's just so busy at the moment, Shane. It's incredible.
Absolutely incredible. I'm sorry. He's just got me. I can't stop laughing.
That's brilliant. That's the best. He broke me in that episode. Unbelievable. Absolutely broke me in that episode. So many stories. A pleasure to spend time with him, honestly. And I'm looking forward to that beer with him. I'm really looking for beer, wine, vodka.
He was just name dropping as well, like name dropping Bruce Willis, Bowie, like what?
That's because it's an incredible career, man. It's just such a cool career.
People who's had a career like him and has seen the greats. Let's be honest, he's talking about the greats there, and he was a part of that era. Like, so the stories, if you're from that era, are just like nothing else, are they? Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, and everybody's loved tonight's episode. Absolutely loved it. You know, look at that. Thank you, Spike. It's been epic. Brilliant. Bonkers. Loved it. What a guest. Spike, what a guest. Brilliant. So much love for him, honestly. He's got such an incredible fan base as well. It's brilliant. Spike, you're a legend, mate. Just a lot of love coming in for him. Like it's brilliant. Brilliant. It broke me, that did, mate. Broke me. Should we get Lloyd in?
Let's get Lloyd in.
Hey. Is that all right?
What's happening? How you doing, boys?
Yeah, just got to say to anybody who's in the chat room, the other boys are not on tonight. We are going on tour tomorrow with the Wild Arts, so it's just going to be a quick end of the show. But do you enjoy our Lloyd?
Yeah, man. I mean, I probably caught the second half of it because I was busy packing. But what a guy! Like,
Brilliant.
what a guy. Yeah, fair play. He's had a hell of a career.
Fuck it, broke me, Lloyd. Absolutely broke me. I don't even know where I am now. I was keeping on looking at you going, you're going to have to end it.
She smelled. It's just like he'd repeat himself and look up and go.
My favorite one is that.
Brilliant. Oh, yeah, that's it. Or the tongue going.
The tongue, yeah.
Yeah. The fox.
Brilliant.
You know the fox. You know the fox. Fox Revival boy. Man, such a cool guest. Yet again, someone we'll see very soon at one of the festivals we play or somewhere on the road. We're bound to bump into him. I
remember when we done rock stuff last time. I found myself getting pissed with him in the corridor outside the dressing rooms, talking about fucking politics. And may I add, I know absolutely nothing about politics, and I found myself getting in this really deep conversation over politicians, politics, current affairs. And then after I was thinking, I don't know what the fuck I'm on about. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
And we were in this corridor for like an hour and a half. And it was just like being down, it was like literally like being down the pub. It was just a great laugh. And then he pulls a cigarette and goes, anyway, man, you want this? Jumps in a taxi and drives off.
Oh man. Beautiful.
Brilliant, man. Lovely guy.
Does explain now, because of the gigs we've done, and you never see him until he performs.
Yeah.
So at least he was straight up about that. Yeah, there's no need. Like I just walk on stage, and that's mad as well, Shane. How he gets a reading from a singer's point off the crowd. That's I've never heard of that. Do you know what I mean? If that's how he's got used to it, it's pretty incredible how he's adapted to that. That's how he gets his reading. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. But I've seen his. I don't know what to say.
Fucking hell! That episode is genuinely.
This is a good one. Jonathan Wintle.
Well,
got taxi to bring that one up. That's brilliant. That is.
Look at that one.
Taxi to the train station with Spike after the gig, and he jumped out and said, "You can pay."
That's something I wish I would do, well, isn't it?
Oh man, fucking hell! Honestly, there we go. Spike is one of a kind.
And the fucker is a great man. Love the Quireboys. Oh, there's no question. Absolutely no question. He lives and breathes it.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I'm waiting for this, Annie. I'll get an email off his management. Spike has charged you £2.50. Okay, brilliant. Oh man, so much fun. That was so much fun. That was genuinely so much fun. I love that as well. You didn't do your fucking homework, did you?
I've seen that bit.
It's fucking brilliant. We were talking about him, Lloyd.
I know.
That was the best thing. I did my homework on him, but just threw me. I gotta admit, it was one of those episodes where
what do you say, Frankie fucking Miller, that's who.
Frankie fucking Miller. Yeah, just one of those awesome episodes where you don't even know where you're going with it.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
no.
I don't even know if I asked everything like off like I don't even know if I covered everything that everybody wanted to know. But yet again, it was just fucking entertaining. It was incredible, and thank you, Spike, for spending time with us. That was that'll be definitely one talked about in the van tomorrow. That's fucking brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. It was brilliant.
Incredible.
Fuck, you know.
Smells. That was the best.
Fucking brilliant. Oh, should we have some birthdays and shout outs? We're going on tour in the morning, man. We're going on tour.
Starting off then with Kim Williams. It's a birthday shout out to Kim. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Kim.
Happy birthday!
Lovely. Nicola Richards, hi. Can I request a shout out for my daughter Tegan? Would like to wish her good luck as she's leaving to go to uni in Cardiff on Friday to do performing arts in Welsh. Going to be very strange not hearing her sing every moment of every day. Super proud of her, and she's my little songbird. Thank you. Good luck, Tegan.
Good luck.
All the best.
All the best. Best wishes.
Jane Smith, hi Shane. Just stopped for a cuppa on the way back from Paula's funeral in Mould. I passed on your wishes to her husband Ralph. Lots of t-shirt wearing friends and family in attendance, crows, wagons, maiden, etc. Lots from the Tivoli, where I suspect she'll be missed the most. True to her character, her songs were Murder Dolls and Slayer, Ultimate Sacrifice. She will certainly be missed at gigs and commenting like in posts. Maybe a quick mention on tonight's cast would be great. It was lovely to say goodbye. Jane, that's amazing you could be there today with Paula's family. Nothing but love to Paula's family from us and all the Crow family. Such a sad thing to hear. But Donna Lennox, hi guys, could you please wish a happy birthday and raise a glass to my beautiful boy Tom, wherever he is. I'm pretty sure he's having a damn good party. He would have been 28 today. Donna, nothing but love. Happy birthday, Tom.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Birthday, bro.
Shirlane, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Cher.
Happy birthday.
Hope you had a good day. Paul Bricknell, could you please give a birthday shout out to my lovely daughter, Heather D. It was her birthday yesterday. 34 years young, long-time member of the Crow family. She should have seen you live for the first time at Cardiff Castle, but her daughter needed her. So next chance will be Planet Rockstock. Thank you and the Crows for everything that you've been doing over the last 18 months and the way that you've stormed back to the live performances, taking us all with you. Thank you, Paul. And happy birthday, Heather.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Paul.
Cheers.
Emma Ashcroft, hey Crows, could you please give a massive shout out to one of our Crow family for me? The Castle gig was a hugely emotional day, and as you said that day, Shane, blink of an eye has taken on a whole new meaning. Since losing my brother, it hit me hard, harder than I could ever imagined. I broke down in the crowd, but one person I've never met before saw me and literally in the blink of an eye reached out and hugged me. We got up and on some shoulders, and she took my hand and she sang her heart out with me. After the show, she found me again and spoke some truly heartfelt words. I didn't get her name, but by chance, I found her on a friend's Instagram photo. I did thank her personally, but I see on a weekly basis how the fans look out for one another, and this was no exception. Please could you give a huge thank you to Nikki Walker Campbell. Your support meant the world, and your words and gesture will stay with me always. Hashtag Crow Family Forever. Love that story. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Emma, for sharing that with us.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, man. And that's all the shout outs.
What's in this lyric? It's lyric time. Tell me the lyric. Give me the lyric. What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. What's the next line? What's the next line? What's the next line?
The prize for the winner tonight is a Those Damn Crows sweater. The black sweaters. And here's the lyric. I heard the rumors. I heard the rumors. What's the next line? Go.
The best.
The best.
The best.
The best music all day long. Crow Radio. Crow Radio. Available now via Those Damn Crows Spotify page. Don't forget to click the green heart.
Okay, so Dave's not here. So it'll be me reading out the old Crow Radio this week. And this week's theme was all about choirs. So we picked artists that have choirs and
Why?
songs that have choirs.
Why?
I don't quite know. I don't really know. I don't really know. So starting us off this week is Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Into Oblivion, Funeral for a Friend, good friends. Gerard McMahon, Cry Little Sister. Mike and the Mechanics, The Living Years. POD, Youth of the Nation. Shinedown, Cut the Cord. The Darkness, Christmas Time. Don't Let the Bells Ring.
Won't be long now, Ron.
Won't be long. It won't be long. That calendar's coming out soon. Volbeat, Goodbye Forever. Slipknot, Unsainted. Biffy Clyro, Living is the Problem, because I can't read the rest of the title because I'll go off my screen, but you get the gist. It's Biffy Clyro. Red Flag, Billy Talent. School's Out, Alice Cooper. You Can't Always Get What You Want, The Rolling Stones. You want a battle? Here's a war. Bullet for My Valentine. Good friends. Land of Confusion, Disturbed. So that is this week's Crow Radio, which, as we said, is all based around the theme of bands, music with choirs. So I hope you guys enjoy. And what have you got to do, Crow family? Help me out by here. That's it, Jane Smith. Click the green heart. Emma Ashcroft. Angie
Janie
Parrish.
Walker, she's on it.
Joyce, Donna Morgan. Janie Walker, that's it. Jax. Wayne. Gotta click that green heart. That's right. They know. Oh, is it Don't Let the Bells End? Of course it is, Lisa Robson. Of course it is. I don't know what I said. I apologize. But what it is, because I'm reading off my phone, I apologize. I haven't got my other magic little screen up. It's cutting the song off. So I'm
Don't
having
let
to
the
guess.
bells ring. Is that what you said?
I don't know what I said. I'm making it up yet again. But very sharp, Crow family. Very sharp. Helen, well done. Click a green heart. Debbie Turner. That's it. John Farmer, Andy, and B. Click the green heart. So yeah, that playlist will be available all week, guys. So share it, like it, but click the green heart. Have we got a winner?
I believe so.
Oh, we're on it tonight.
So the lyric was, I heard the rumors start today. That's from the song Say It of the first album. And the winner, who's won herself, black, Those Damn Crow sweater, is Tina Maria Watson.
Well done, Tina.
Congratulations, Tina.
Well done, Tina. Let us know what size you are, Tina, on your address and stuff, and we'll get that out to you ASAP.
Incredible. I love that. So as we said, guys, it's a really short show tonight. Do apologize for that. It is episode 76, and we have got tour in the morning. But if you want to see all the dates of the Wild Arts, go and check out our website. We leave tomorrow, as we said, Manchester, London, Norwich, Brighton, Bournemouth. Then we catch back up with the guys in Wolves, Newcastle, Leeds, and then we got Sheffield and Southampton. We're not doing the rescheduled Bristol, unfortunately, due to a schedule clash. There's loads of news coming over the next couple of weeks, which is incredible, and we can't wait to share that with you. Also, the Castle gig, have it on good information. This is very close to selling out, which is incredible. It's just under a year now. We're actually, but it's literally nearly sold out. So if anybody's thinking about it, I know a few of the Crow family have bought tickets this week. But everything, guys, is on www.thosedamncrows.com. All the upcoming shows, any rescheduled shows, and all news, beer, merch, all in one place. So that is it. Now, unfortunately, he's not here tonight, Shiner. And the more he's not turning up, we're going to have to get a graphic for Lloyd. It's going to have to be last word with Lloyd?
Last word from Lloyd.
Last word
Off.
from Lloyd.
Off.
Well, we haven't got you a graphic, but we'll give you the full screen. How about that, Lloyd?
That's better.
There he
Cheers.
is.
Cheers, Chief.
You're welcome.
So yeah, here we go. The best view comes after the hardest climb. Fact.
Beautiful. Well done, played. Well played, sir. Thank you once again for joining us, Crow family. This has been episode 76 with our special guest, the legend that is Spike from the Quireboys. We will hopefully see you, some of you, on tour with the Wild Arts over the next couple of weeks. But for those who can't make it, we will see you all next Tuesday live at 9 on CrowCast episode 77. Stay safe, Crow family, and look after each other. No star.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up.